Story unfolding. You're looking live here at Trump Tower in New York City. Police officers, NYPD, have been stationed there for days, but in fact, this morning, every single officer, even the civilian ones, were ordered to be reporting for duty at 7 a.m. Of course, we're also learning some of the timeline here. Trump has been indicted, but now we know on Tuesday, it looks like he will be going up to Manhattan for his arraignment. He has called this indictment a, quote, political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history. His attorney, Joe Tacopina, spoke with our own Greg Kelly here on Newsmax after the news broke late last night. Take a listen.
Today in the United States of America is a very, very bad day for true libertarians, for true lovers of the Constitution, because today the rule of law died. And when we start going after...
As a precaution to possible unrest, NYPD is ordering, again, every member be there in full uniform. That's about 36,000 officers, 19,000 civilian employees. Our own Mike Carter, as you may have seen, was outside Trump Tower a short time ago, and it did look very quiet there, very civil. So there is peace today there at Trump Tower. All
right, former New York City Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik joins us now. Also with us, retired NYPD Detective Rob O'Donnell is here. He's also the host of the Rob O'Donnell Show on WILK Radio. Gentlemen, great to have you both here.
Hello.
Thanks for having us, Bianca and John.
Well, Bernie, every New York City police officer on duty today was ordered to show up at 7 a.m. in uniform. There are also reports that additional security was needed at Alvin Bragg's house. So once again, we have the New York City Police Department being utilized and paying for basically Alvin Bragg's campaign promises.
Well, listen, this is what he was ordered to do by Soros and the Democrat Party. So he's just carrying out his job as he's the puppet for Soros. The bottom line is the NYPD is going to keep the city safe. They're going to have to secure the downtown area around the courthouse, secure his residence in Midtown. And there's a number of other places I'm sure they'll have to work on as well, in conjunction with the U.S. Secret Service, who's going to have to get him up here, get him into the courthouse. He'll be fingerprinted. He'll be photographed. They'll give him some documents and paperwork. He'll go into a courtroom. He'll go before a judge. That judge will set bail. And then I'm sure he'll be out of the courthouse on the way back to his residence.
Now, it's when you watch this and you look at the resources that now are deployed, and at least as you were saying, Bernie, you know, through Tuesday and then who knows. Rob, you have to wonder, Alvin Bragg in his office constantly downgraded violent felonies to misdemeanors. New York has a terrible crime problem. Here he is upgrading a misdemeanor, however, to a felony because it's Trump. But we look at these numbers. The Lots Group says the number that Bragg declined to prosecute rose 35% in 2022 last year compared to 2019. The drop in misdemeanor prosecutions resulting in jail sentences falling by 78%. And, you know, we had that disturbing memo when he came into office saying he wasn't going to prosecute low-level misdemeanor crimes. So here we are today where many saying crime is rampant and he's more focused on Trump.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, there's very little confidence in the rank and file in New York City for Alvin Bragg, but the NYPD are professionals and they will do what they need to do to secure the city. But what's not being stated here too is the few crimes that the Manhattan DA's office does prosecute is going to be coming to a screeching halt Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday. The Secret Service is going to have to clear that building on Monday. They're going to have to make sure it's secure on Tuesday. It'll be the same thing. So other cases, normal day-to-day cases throughout New York City, both felonies, violent felonies, and everything else that goes through there, you know, is going to come to a stop just because of this circus that Bragg has promised during his campaign.
And I'm curious what came to a stop today. Bernie, I asked you earlier, let's say if I were a detective with a unit of other detectives and we were working on a big case and today we're doing some sort of surveillance on something. If I was supposed to show up to work today, would I be pulled off that detail to focus on this?
Yeah, absolutely. What happens, John, is when the police commissioner gives that order, every police officer on duty, okay? So if you were scheduled to be on duty anytime today, you had to appear in uniform. That's the narcotics division, that's internal affairs, that's organized crime, the intelligence division. Every New York City cop had to be on uniform. So there's a number of things, as you can imagine, investigative things that they're not going to be doing no time today and probably Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
And, I think some of the, we talked about how professional the NYPD is and they are going to do their job. But I would think there's a lot of the folks out there who are Trump supporters who are also looking at the state of our country and, where this is going to go. The fact that this indictment has been handed down and now they're kind of having to, keep the peace where they're thinking this shouldn't even be this way in America, Rob.
Yeah, and what I'm hearing from the rank and files, people I used to work with, is this order was never given during the Black Lives Matter riot, where there were hundreds of NYPD officers injured, and there was millions of dollars of damage in New York City. But now for this show trial that Alvin Bragg has shown that not only the feds have passed on, the FEC has already said that it's not a crime. The DA before him and even himself has said this wasn't a viable case, is now bringing it all of a sudden. For what is what the question needs to be asked.
Yeah, the whole entire New York City Police Department has to stand down and focus on this, the passion project of a few radical left-wing Democrats. Bernard Kerik, Rob O'Donnell, gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Great insight.
Thank you.
All right, a live look at both Mar-a-Lago and Trump Tower. As we said, we have this story covered basically from every angle, from Mar-a-Lago all the way to Manhattan. Also, we were talking to James Rosen earlier, who's in Washington, D.C. No word from the White House. They're being very quiet about this, as you might expect. But Trump's criminal indictment, not just having legal, also political implications. As the story unfolds, we'll have much more on that.